On December 7th, let's vote number 1. Let's vote for Dr. Baumia. Estroho.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
City News.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studios here in Accra. My name is Selorm Adonoo. Tonight I'm here with
Akusia Otre.
Coming up over the next 90 minutes, Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly rescinds decision to shut down the Kejita market on election day after pushback from some market leaders. Also coming up is 2 days to elections, and a section of lecturers from the University of Ghana and University for Development Studies endorse NDC's flag bearer ahead of the Saturday presidential polls. We will examine the reasons for their endorsement. Meanwhile, some supporters of Alan Chamante's movement for change return to the MPP and say Dr. Baumia is a better candidate or person for Ghana's presidency. Also on Eyewitness News, police intercept some 88 individuals allegedly recruited for election security in the Western North region. We'll bring you some details as we have it on that. We'll also touch base with a campaign trail to tell you where the presidential candidates of the major political parties are and what they've been telling the people. Stay with 97.3 City FM for more on this and other stories on Eyewitness News and in business.
Inflation rises for third consecutive time, hitting 23% for the month of November.
There is more business in the next 50 minutes. Eyewitness News is live across the country on all our affiliates and around the globe at citynewsroom.com. Your, of course, on in the Upper West region, this is Tumpani Radio 88.5 in Nadoli, Jirapa 96.1 FM. Also in Jirapa, in the Upper East region, Rekas 92.1 FM in Bongo Namu. Northern region, this is North Star Radio 92.1 in Tamale. The Northeast region, Nobia FM 98.1 in Naralugu. In the Western region, Beach 105.5 FM and Sky 93.5 FM, both in Takrady. In the Ashanti region, Focus 94.3 FM on KNUST campus in Kumasi, and Orange 107.9 FM also in Kumasi. In the Volta region, this is Sela Radio 97.1 FM in Dabala, and Holy FM 98.5 FM at Aflao. This is Kasha 99.5 FM in Damongo in the Savannah region. Your comments are welcome via WhatsApp line 0549 986 996. You can follow me on X, formerly Twitter, at Selorm Adonoo. The hashtag, as always, is City Newsroom. Akusia gives us our very first story.
Let's go to the Ashanti region, where traders at the KGTR market in Kumasi have opposed a proposal to close the market on election day, December 7th, citing concerns over the negative impact on their livelihoods amid economic hardships. Or the closure, which was announced by the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly, follows a suggestion by NPP running mate Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh during a meeting with market representatives at the Kumasi Culture Center. But an executive member of the KGTR Central and Abenchi markets, Kwame Nkrumah, appealed to the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly to reconsider the decision.
The market shouldn't be closed, one, for economic reasons. You know, most of these traders are these various markets. It's very difficult if they don't come to the market for a day. So their families are dependent on them. And for that matter, with just an absence for a day is going to cause a lot of problems to the family. And secondly, we've heard rumors that some people intend to get the market. For that matter, we intend to close down the market so that we have the security at this market. But we are of the belief that it is rather the presence of the traders that will rather word of anybody who has such a plan to bring down the market. And we also believe also that the market, the normal market activity should continue, because we don't see anything special or anything special about 7th December. we've been having elections in this country since '92, and there hasn't been a day of election where markets have been closing. So we believe we should look at the president, and continue with the normal market activity.
That was a member of the executive body of KJTS Central and Abenchi markets in Kumasi, in the Ashanti region, Kwame Nkrumah.
Eyewitness News on 97.3 City FM. Now let's speak to authority and see what the truth really is as far as this allegation is concerned. Is it the case that the KMA took the decision and is rescinded it, or never took the decision at all? Sam Pine is a mayor of the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly, joins us on Eyewitness News tonight to provide some insight on this developing story. Hello, good evening, sir. Welcome to Eyewitness News. Can you confirm to us what the situation is? Did the KMA take any such decision, or did the KMA rescind the decision to close down the KGTR market?
Thank you very much, and good evening to you all and to your cherished viewers. You see, at times when we tend to indulge in pettiness in politics, it becomes a difficulty for all of us. Honorable Machopoku, let me put it on record, hasn't on any occasions suggested or made any comments or passed any comments or statement to the effect that the market should be closed. It is not true. Again, my good self, I haven't made any such comment or any such statement to the effect that the market should be closed. The last day of the month, had a meeting with the market queens and other operatives within the market. And the queens suggested that they've gotten hints that people wanted to touch the market so that attention would be on the market, and therefore people would get the effect on the right to go vote on the survey, and therefore they were appealing. And Dr. Michael Pepe told them that this cannot come from him. I am the head of security of the metropolis and also in charge of the market. So they put in a call today for me to come for the discussions, and which was a general open discussion over more than 500 people. We've not made any statement. We have, and I'm putting on record, the KMA, neither the KMA nor the Kumasi City Market Limited made any such decision to close down the market. The decision of MEDSEC and VEDSEC is to protect every vital installation within the Kumasi metropolis and the region during, before, during, and after the election. So we have not, and if we are even going to make any such thing, it's going to be official. We're going to issue a statement signed by responsible for that statement, and therefore somebody cannot sit somewhere and presuppose that because somebody passed a comment, they make it a statement and put in unfounded allegations and accusations across board. Dear brother, let me put it on record. The Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly, Dr. Machopoku Prempe, my good self, RedSec and MEDSEC, we have not said it anywhere or made any move or taken any decision to close down any market within Kumasi or other Ashanti region.
I see. And I'm wondering where really this notion then is coming from. But was it ever suggested by any of the 500 people you say were in the meeting that shutting down the market on that day would help, avert the fear that some persons were planning to touch the market? Was it ever suggested by anybody in that meeting?
That was a suggestion from some of the market queens who were present. But it wasn't a decision of the assembly. Neither has it been a decision of RedSec. And the decision of the assembly and of RedSec is that nobody's closing any market as we will be doing in the past. What we're going to provide is that adequate security to make sure those facilities, and not only the markets, all vital installations within the region are protected before, during, and after the election.
I see. So when that suggestion was made, what was the response of the meeting? There were over 500 people, market queens or market people or leaders in that meeting. What was their response to that suggestion?
It was an overwhelming decision that they wanted, and we felt that the constitution is straight on freedom of movement and the right. You cannot, based on hearsay, take any such decision. No.
Let me understand this. So, are you saying that the market people, the over 500 market people you met, themselves suggested that the market be closed down on the day?
The suggestion to close down the market on the 7th was from them.
And it was overwhelmingly supported. Is that the point you're making? That the suggestion was overwhelmingly supported?
Pardon me?
That the suggestion to close down the market, which came from the people themselves, was overwhelmingly supported by the people in the meeting, not the KMA.
Yeah, that was what transpired there. But we, as the operators of the market and people in charge of the market, thought otherwise, because we've not closed the market before, and that wouldn't be in the interest of, or if we have any single borders on security, we take proactive measures to abet all that. So nobody has made any statement from authority that we are going to close down the market on the 7th of January. No. What we stated as from the Regional Security Council and the Metro Security Council is that we are going to offer and provide security for every vital installation or facility within the region and within the metropolis before, during, and after the elections.
I see. But did you seek
So whoever wrote that statement, of which I know that person, out of malice, out of political consideration, made that statement.
Why do you think? Why would anybody make a statement like that? For political?
I know that Yafi guy. I know him. I know his NDC background and all that. This is not the first time.
Who?
I'm in charge of security in Kumasi, and I know whatever transpires.
Say that again. Who wrote the story?
That we are the one, and then we are who signed. And for the record, there's no male who's ever a queen mother in the traditions of Asante. So how could we are a male supposed to be a queen mother? And per the records of the assembly, all the associations that we have that are registered with the assembly, I don't have any name like that comes in the week as a vice chairman of any of those associations.
I see, but the trigger for this was the allegation or the intelligence picked up by the people who said that they thought people were planning to touch the market. Let me put it through. So this has come to the knowledge of the municipal or the metropolitan security agency, MUSEC, or the metropolitan security.
You see, one it's time for elections and other issues. A lot of information filter out. Okay, it's not only the message that receives such intel, but even RedSec. And we know that at times you need to verify, validate some of these things before you can take any action. But notwithstanding that, the important thing is that nobody from MedSec to RedSec, nobody has made any decision to close down any market in Kumasi.
I see.
Whoever wrote that statement, it's a pigment of the own imagination.
Yes. So there was a statement. So whoever wrote that statement, he said you know him. Are you planning to call him to understand from him why he will put out a statement like that? Number two. Number two. I mean, some suggestion has been made that people are planning to do something which may be criminal. What is the security? What's MedSec doing about that? What's MESEC doing to forestall the situation? The second
part of the question, I cannot disclose that on air. It borders on security, so I cannot disclose that on air.
But it's something obviously MedSec is taking seriously. MedSec is not sweeping down under the carpet.
Of course, any little intel that you gather, security-wise, you need not put it in a sink. All right? So we work. Yes, that's what I said. You verify, you validate it, and take necessary action.
So for now,
the first part
yes,
of your
go ahead,
the
yes.
first part of the question, I referred that matter to the police command to investigate because the statement sparks of panic and causing panic and fear, or fear and panic. So I forwarded it to the media police command to look at it. We won't allow people to do things their own way, create pandemonium and anarchy, chaotic situations within the city and within the region, and go scot-free. We are not going to allow that.
I see. You said that in election periods, people do all sorts of things for political gain. Do you think there's any political advantage to be gained from shutting down the market on the day for security reasons?
Yes, there's a political advantage if you bring insecurity within the region. Who gets the benefit? And who gets affected? And that's the game plan. And you see, I wouldn't be disclosing or talking about so these are political things and language chemistry that people make. And that is it. But we're not making life just like that. The necessary action through the security agencies, I'm taking it, and that I'm also assuring the public and the people that we have not made any such statements, and we also give that assurance that every single soul, every single property it will be protected today, tomorrow next, every day until that will make sure that everything is satisfied.
I see. That's good to know. But let's talk generally now. Let's talk politics generally now. I mean, election is upon us in the next 2 days. Ashanti region is a major player in this election, and Kumasi is the heartbeat of Ashanti. You are the man in charge of the capital. How is the election going to play out? I mean, security-wise, in terms of turnout and all of that.
The security-wise, RESEC met, MESEC met. There's also the election security task force and all that. Everything is top-notch. We are not going to leave stones unturned and we're going to make sure that every single person is protected. And they have that assurance. The absolute peace that we enjoy within the region is going to be in there before, during, and after the election. So, and that is it. You talk about turnout. Turnout, yes, for my party, my political party, the talk, the visitation to homes, urging people to come out in their numbers, the enthusiasm is highly there. And that's what we expect to have on the D-Day. Our D-Day strategic operations, I can't put it out there publicly, but what we're doing is to urging the people to come out in their numbers to come vote.
Very well. Thank you so much, Sampine, Mayor of Kumasi in the Ashanti region. Thank you so much for speaking to us this evening on Eyewitness News. We wish you the very best in your quest to keep the Kumasi metropolis in order ahead of the elections, and of course during and after that crucial elections. Let me take a few of the messages that have been coming through here. Alasan Amdan in Nyohini South says, voting against MPP is a civil responsibility that every citizen must endeavor. Comes 7th December 2024. Nyoja Bright in Nottinghamshire, United Kingdom says, KMA wants to close the market because of voter apathy. They are sensing the strong. Well, as you just heard, so there's nothing like that. And it was the traders who actually, or the market people who actually suggested it. And the Security Council has nothing to do with that. And they are not going to close down the market. Hadi from Pig Farm says, if Nanado as a driver couldn't take us to our destination, then don't expect anything good from Dr. Bawumia. He's made. Vote for a visionary leader. Vote for John and Jane for a better Ghana. Aka Paul Jr. in Ahafumim says the coerced plan to pull their support for the NDC is hollow and cannot even change the historical fact of students in most tertiary institutions voting for the NPP. Professor Jampo and his cohorts will be defeated on December 7. I'm sure that's in relation to the endorsement by some university lecturers at the University of Ghana, UDS, of John Mahama. Fiamongo of Fianongo in Abo says, why should they shut down the market on election day? Well, the mayor says it's not true. Zalix Duane in London says John Dramani Mahama will win the December election and nothing can change that. Jones Audoboila says this fear-gripping decision should be reversed immediately. The last-minute attempt to employ all kinds of tactics to manipulate the election will not stand. Ghanaians have already made their choice. I mean, there's no particular reference to this, but I think it's in reference to the market shutdown, which is being denied by the mayor. Courage in Koforia says, I'm struggling to merge the original story and the interview. It's just accusations and counter-accusations, no progress. Indeed, the MPP is on its way to opposition, and they are obviously dazed. Ghanaians are wide awake. Now, still in the Ashanti region, over 500 members of the Movement for Change nationwide have declared their support for the MPP's presidential candidate, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, ahead of Saturday's elections. The group explained that while they were dissatisfied with the circumstances surrounding Alan Chamante's exit from the MPP, they believe his Movement for Change lacks the capacity and resources to secure victory in this year's polls. The members have pledged to mobilize nationwide support to ensure victory for the MPP's candidate, or for the MPP candidate, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Nana Ohene-Appiah is one of the leaders of this defectees, and he joins us on the line to help us appreciate their position, really. Hello, Nana Ohene-Appiah. Good evening. Welcome to Eyewitness News. You defected from the MPP. You went with Alan Chamante to the movement to form the Movement of Change. Yes. And 2 days to election, you are telling us that you found out now that the Movement for Change lacks the capacity and resources to secure victory in this year's polls. Why have you left it so late to come to that conclusion?
Yeah, thank you for your question and the suggestion that you have put it across. The reason why we came out of this press conference is that we intend that they have cheated Mr. Alan Chamanten, and for that matter, we all went to support Mr. Alan Chamanten to become a president. But looking at the situation as of now, looking at how things are moving, Alan Chamanten is a fine gentleman. He has all what it takes to be a president of Ghana. But as of now, if I tell you that Alan Chamanten will win this election, it will be difficult. That is why we cross carpet to Alan Chamanten, that's the Movement for Change, and we decide that our future, we have a long term, or we have a future bright. So, and for that matter, that is why we say no. So far as we are youth, and we have a long way to go, we have to cross the carpet again and come to our mother party so that we will help Dr. Mahama Bawumia to win this election. Because looking at the grounds as of now, when we say Alan is going to win this election, it's not significant. That is why we cross carpet at this time, so that we make this pronouncement to the public that we were part of Mr. Alan Chamanten Movement for Change, and for that matter, we have decided to go back to our mother party, that's MPP, so that we help our candidate to win this 2024 election. That is why we come out with this press conference.
I see. That's interesting. I mean, people may question your loyalty, though. You were in the MPP, you moved, and now you have come back. I wonder if you think people will take you seriously again. But what was the plan? You've been going around campaigning for Movement for Change against the MPP, saying all sorts of things to show up your candidate. 2 days to time, you are at this position. Are you now going back to undo all the things or the damage you did to Bawumia and the MPP in the region?
Yeah, so far as we have crossed carpet to our mother party, we are going to the grassroots, work hand in hand with the people over there, telling them that Dr. Bawumia had all what it takes to be the president of Ghana. So far as we have crossed carpet, we are going to work hard. Even one day is a day. We can do the necessary work so that it will bring the people on board, so that they will go and cast their vote for Honorable Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
I see. Is it a matter of the fact that Alan Chamanten, in your view, doesn't have the vision to be president and lead the country to where he said he wants to take the country to, or it's purely a matter of resources? You think he doesn't have the resources to win the elections?
Thank you. It's not about the resource. Mr. Alan Martin have all what it takes. He has the capacity. He stands tall to be a president of this nation. But looking at the situation on board as of now, because what I'm trying to say is that he has what it takes to be a president. But for now, we need a strategic plan that will help the youth. But looking at how the Dr. Mahama is going around telling his vision, proclaiming certain things to the youth of Ghana, that this, if they vote for him, is what he's going to do. That is why we sat down and analyzed the two, because Mr. Alan Martin, there's no doubt it's not a presidential material. It's a presidential material, but due to one or two things, that is why we said we have to go back to our mother party to vote for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
I see. Thank you so much. We wish you the very best whilst you are at it. Thank you so much for speaking to us on Eyewitness News. That was Nana Ohini Apia, one of the leaders of the movement of change, who say they have gone back to their mother party, the MPP, because they feel that Dr. Bawumia is the right person to lead this country at this time. Now let's speak to the movement for change. Deputy Director for Policy of that movement, Courage Nobi, joins us on the line. Hello, good evening, sir. Welcome to Eyewitness News. It does appear that the center is not holding. A few months ago, we had a number of people in their thousands moved or left your party. Today, we're hearing some 500 people in the heartbeat of your party in the Ashanti region have defected or gone back to their mother party, the MPP. This should be very discouraging times for you, sir.
Thank you very much, Selorm, and good evening to your good listeners this evening. In fact, and indeed, there is no cause for worry for the movement for change. We have since January known and anticipated some of these silly antics by the ruling party to try and create a narrative that does not reflect the realities on the ground. We don't know any said Andy Apia Kubi or any whoever you are speaking to. They're not part of our officials in the region. They're not part of the officials we have even at the local levels. You know, so MPP people should feel free to go about and do their business as MPP people. And to solve this uncouth conduct of trying to craft narratives out of or based on falsehood, you know, it does not augur well, and it is unbecoming of a political party that should be serious about deepening the democracy of this country and focusing on the issue of governance.
But is it about the MPP or is it about the movement for change? Your members have moved back from the MPP. They have moved back to their mother party.
Since day one, you know, we have been very upfront about who we are, who our people are, who our officials are at every level. So anybody at all cannot just get up one day, you know, and say that, oh, I belong to the movement for change. The movement for change is not a amorphous body. We have records of all our officials, our volunteers across the board. So anybody at all can just get up and say, oh, I'm a CTFM reporter and I have left CTFM to multimedia. No, it doesn't happen. You know, but it is because a government in power is desperate to keep power, having impoverished Ghanaians, thrown Ghanaians into, abject hardship. Just 2 days ago, fuel prices were increasing further the hardship on Ghanaians. You know, that is what it should focus on. But when you have failed to deliver on your promise as a political party, then you want to massage your people by crafting narratives that don't exist. They have been busy in the region attempting to bribe our officials. They are not responding. They are not taking the money to do what they want. Only for you to bundle up a couple of MPP supporters and then for them to just make a claim that they are movement for change people. And then all of a sudden the whole Ghana should go amok because some people who claim they are movement for change people, whom we don't know, you know, claim to have defected from us. How do you defect from us when you are never part of us?
I see. So they said Nana Ohini Apia
and that silly behavior
is not known by
becoming. Rosemary Obeng, who was an employee at the office of the vice president, who has been an aide to the vice president, and you can check from her Facebook wall, not a single post on Alantre Martin throughout her existence on Facebook has also defected to the NDC. There's a press engagement, and you have Dennis Nwakosabwaji claim on his wall that this lady belongs to the Movement for Change, and so she should be ignored, when she has never been part of anything Movement for Change. In fact, never made even a single post about Alantre Martin. Her own Facebook wall is awash with her pictures and videos with the Vice President Haj Baumia. So we are becoming tired, and we're actually tired of these silly antics of the ruling MPP.
I see. Thank you so much, Courage Nobi, Deputy Director of Policy for the Movement for Change. It says the people, the so-called 500 people of the Movement for Change who say they have moved back or defected to the MPP, their mother party, are not known by the Movement for Change. He thinks that it's an orchestration of the ruling MPP. Eyewitness News on 97.3 City FM. We'll take a short break. Return with more. Don't go away.
Be there as it happens.
National Health Insurance.
Great news! The National Health Insurance Scheme (NHIS) has waived the waiting period for all members aged 70 years and above. All 70 years and above are also exempted from paying a premium. Enrollment and renewal are absolutely free on the NHIS. Members who are 70 years and above can automatically access healthcare when they newly register with the NHIS or renew their membership annually. You are no longer required to serve the 1-month waiting period for late renewals. Dad, mom, grandpa, and grandma, let your old age be filled with good health and access instant healthcare at zero cost on the NHIS today. Download the My NHIS mobile app to register with your Ghana card or visit the nearest NHIS office. Terms and conditions apply. For details, contact the NHIS call center on 054 444 6447 or 0302 746 447. NHIS, your access to quality healthcare. This message is brought to you by the United States Agency for International Development, USAID.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Go me. At what time will you come back where I no hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Selorm Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Cause now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they boss my mindset be the 3-in-1 action. No, Selorm they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open there.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, they make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make I feel the gobe too small.
Go.
Selorm is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Selorm. Choose Selorm, choose quality.
Dr. Baumia Ono Anayato Aba Eyino as President of the Republic of Ghana. Order number 1.
Esroa. So we are now the team
NPP. Isha Allah. Buddha.
Tamu vote the one day case summer number 1. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. She case summer number 1. She's Muzabi inshallah.
Number 1.
For development, for progress, for the future, and for your kids. Vote number 1 for Dr. Mahama Baumia.
You perceive protected free SHS there. Hey, Dr. Mahama Baumia.
Order number 1. 1 touch. Agenda 1 to know. So number 1.
Free SHS in T. So number 1.
Just like my mother taught me, I'm teaching you too. These are recipes that have been in our family for generations. Aku, this here is Masim rice.
Mama, did your mother also use Masim rice?
No, my dear. This one is a new tradition. Just me and you.
Oh, and it's delicious too.
Masim rice is grown and packaged right here in Ghana. Uses less water and is tasty from the first mouthful to the last. Look out for Masim rice in markets and supermarkets all over Ghana. Masim means tasty.
Hey, so as for you, every day you are just pressing your phone. Why? Are they paying you?
They are, Oma.
Eh?
The more I use my MTN, the more points I get. And I can use those points to get airtime, data, and even discounts at shops and restaurants.
Hey, so that is why all of you are always pressing your phones. And you won't tell us, so that we too we can enjoy some.
Oh, ma.
There's always more to enjoy with MTN Rewards. Just keep talking, testing, and browsing all day, every day to collect your points and use it to redeem amazing offers and discounted freebies right away. There's so much available for you. So dial *550# and get your reward today. Let's go everywhere you go.
Kweku, have you heard what they are doing on MTN?
Ojam, did you know the NDC once promised a one-time premium for NHIS?
Yeah, but when they won the elections, they could not implement it and almost collapsed the NHIS. Today, this same man is promising Mahama care and free primary health care.
They think we are kids in this country. We don't have short memories, like Mahama said. Remember the capitation pilot in Ashanti? You were stuck with one health facility, no matter what.
That was so limiting. But look at us now under the MPP. There's real change.
The MPP expanded NHIS coverage to include serious conditions like childhood cancer, sickle cell disease, and kidney dialysis for children under 18 years and all people from 60 years and above. Today, with just a short code, you can renew your insurance.
Truly, the MPP has restored our hope in the health system. See the Agenda 111 and other new hospitals are springing up everywhere.
So, this election, let's vote for continuity. Let's vote to protect our health care. We will not fall for fake promises again.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/city97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/city973, and Instagram at instagram.com/city973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
Eyewitness News on 97.3 City FM, your election bureau, your home of comprehensive analysis on all election related matters. Now, some lecturers at the University for Development Studies are urging the public to go all out and vote for John Dramani Mahama. Calling on all people to make us build a Ghana that is worthy of our highest aspirations, they say. One of the leaders of the group, Dr. Abukari Uyembe, joins us on the line to help us appreciate why they've decided to do this at this time. Hello, good evening, Doc. Welcome to Eyewitness News.
Good evening, and thank you for having me.
Yes, you have an open letter dated December 4, which is captioned "An open letter from UDS lecturers to Ghanaians ahead of the December 7 elections. Do not reward impunity and deceit with political power. Is this reflective of all UDS lecturers, or is just a section of UDS lecturers who are sympathetic to the cause of Mahama?
No, it's not reflective of all UDS lecturers. You know, in Ghana, as we sit today, you cannot get that. But it's a reflection of the perspective of a good number of lecturers as we engage in informal discussions and engage in other discussions and informal way of contacts with people in our small groups. You see that just as the general Ghanaian society, a lot of our people are so much concerned. They are worried about the things that have happened in Ghana over the past 8 years that we have lived under the reigns, under the leadership of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
So
if you look at the
how many are these lecturers? How many of you came together to do this?
Yeah, the number of lecturers that have come together to do this numbers over 120 people.
I see, and these are persons who have been NDC people, I mean, in the better part of their lives, and they're just now calling on Ghanaians to follow what they've been doing every time. Is that not the case?
It's not the case that all of them have been NDC people all their lives, but they have just assessed, a number of them have just assessed the current situation of the Ghanaian and decided to speak up, because we have the belief that our scriptures tell us that if you are living in a community and you see a wrong going on and you don't stand up to correct it, when there is a calamity, it does not distinguish between the person who did it and the person who didn't do it. You will all be consumed by that calamity. So as responsible citizens, as patriotic citizens, they have seen the need to speak up, to choose between the good and the bad. Yeah.
I see. What's this calamity you talk about? Governments have had good times and have, not so good times. All governments have gone through that phase. So what do you mean by calamity?
If you see the caption of our open letter, we are saying that people should not be hoodwinked by deceit and to go and give power to people. You realize that what brought the MPP into power in 2017, a lot of the work was done by Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia through the several lectures that he gave, proclaiming himself and the MPP to be the best alternative. They were the competent ones, and the previous John Mahama administration, they were the incompetent. They told us a lot of things, especially if you come up north here. We were promised that when they come, we are farmers and we are suffering. Our people do rain-fed agriculture. When they come, they will make sure that every community, every village has a dam, which will support them to do dry season farming, to have vegetables, sell, get money, and support their children's education and to pay their hospital bills. Today, if you go across northern Ghana, you don't have a dam in a village where people are cultivating and selling vegetables. They told us that when they assumed the reins of government, they were going to make sure that every district had a factory which would employ young men and young women to make living. Today, if you walk across northern Ghana, there is no single district that has a working factory. They told us that when they assumed the reins of government, they were going to make sure that the Ghana cedi, which was exchanging 4 cedis to $1, was going to come back to 1 cedi to $1. Today,
what is the exchange rate of the cedi to the dollar. So these are complete jokers. They are liars. They lie to Ghanaians to give them power. And today everybody has seen it. Where is the Ghanaian economy today? It's in total shambles. So we cannot sit and concern for some of these things to continue.
And you are saying all of these things without taking cognizance of the fact that there were difficulties along the way. There was COVID, there was the Russia-Ukraine war, and these are globally acclaimed calamities, to use your own term, calamities that are befalling every serious economy around the world.
We cannot just take it like that. As we admit that COVID came, Russia-Ukraine came, we have our neighbors which did not suffer as Ghana suffered. And Ghana had a lot of international support during COVID. So we think that Ghana should have even been doing better than when we didn't have COVID in Ghana. Because the COVID alone gave a lot of resources to Ghana. Instead of them to inject it into the economy, to stabilize the economy, they rather shared it to their people to do 2020 campaigns. So these are not people who are serious. And if you recall, in the time past, when there were similar calamities in Ghana, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia in his lectures will be mocking the NDC and be talking about the fact that they say that a calamity, international thing. How can an international calamity jump Togo, jump Burkina Faso, jump Benin, and only come to affect Ghana? So how can COVID jump all those countries and come and affect only Ghana? Well,
all right. I think the point is made. Thank you so much, Dr. Abukari Wombe. Is a lecturer at the University for Development Studies. They say that they want Ghanaians to vote for John Dramani Mahama. They are endorsing him for president in the December 7 elections. Now, similarly, a group of lecturers from the University of Ghana has also endorsed John Mahama, citing the party's or the NDC party's vision and commitment to Ghana's restoration. In a statement released today, the academics indicated that their support for Mahama and the NDC was rooted in professional judgment rather than political allegiance. The group therefore called on Ghanaians to vote for the former president, asserting that his choice would restore hope, rebuild trust, and reignite Ghana's future. Eyewitness News on 97.3 City FM. Let me take a few of your messages, then we can make some progress. But before that, the Ghana Police Service is investigating 88 individuals intercepted on 2 Metro Mass Transit buses at Benchima near Asawinso in the Western North region. According to a police statement, preliminary investigations reveal that the individuals were allegedly recruited by a man named Sami from areas in the Greater Accra region, including Adenta, Oyarifa, and Medina. They were reportedly being transported to provide security at polling stations in the Western North region. The suspects are in police custody, assisting with investigations. Few of your messages. Nana Prempe inside East Legon says Dr. Bawumia will win the elections on Saturday because he represents the future. This one from Nutifa from Aflaw says NPP can sponsor 1,000 ads. They will still lose. Vote GM, vote for change. From Gastiman in Brekum says Alan himself knows he cannot even win 2% of the vote. He's only out there to spur votes so that the NDC will win, but it won't work. His bitterness will destroy his political career. Eyewitness News on 97.3 City FM will take a short break. Return with more. Don't worry.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Sankofa Natural Spices, 100% natural. DDA.
Fellow Ghanaians, I am Sewami here. As we approach this important election, Sankofa Natural Spices reminds us that no matter who we vote for, we are united as one Ghana. Our nation's strength lies in our diversity, much like the rich flavors that make up our favorite dishes. Together, we create something beautiful. As we cast our votes, let us hold peace close to our hearts. Let us cherish the unity that makes Ghana a beacon of hope and pride. Unlike other spice brands that are imported, Sankofa is made in Ghana, by Ghanaians and for Ghanaians. All we have is Ghana. Hence, we join the millions of Ghanaians to pray that our dear nation is always preserved regardless of our political affiliation. Remember, Ghana is all we have. We are one people, one heart, one destiny. We at Sankofa Natural Spices wish you all peace, safety and strength during this election season. Sankofa Natural Spices. Didier.
Sankofa Natural Spices, 100% natural. Didier.
I go Ghana for. Let us gather here.
Eja, but why have you called us all here?
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama says he is coming to introduce a 24-hour economy policy that will ensure round-the-clock operations by businesses and government organizations to enhance productivity, boost production, and create millions of decent, well-paying jobs.
24-hour economy? Can you enlighten us?
Oh, simple. GM wants organizations with huge customer traffic like GVLA, passport office, ports, customs, as well as private businesses like agro-processing factories, industries, sanitation, construction companies to run 3 shifts of 8 hours each. For private businesses, Mahama will give them security support services, tax incentives, financing support, and cheap and reliable power. This is what we call Formula 133.
But what formula is that?
It simply means 1 job, 3 shifts, 3 people. Simple.
Wow, this is indeed a game changer.
Formula 133. Oh, yeah, baby.
Vote for change. Vote for John Mahama and the NDC.
Hey, so as for you, every day you are just pressing your phone. Why? Are they paying you?
They are, Oma. The more I use my MTN, the more points I get. And I can use those points to get airtime, data, and even discounts at shops and restaurants.
Hey, so that is why all of you are always pressing your phones. And you won't tell us, so that we too we can enjoy some.
Oh, ma.
There's always more to enjoy with MTN Rewards. Just keep talking, testing, and browsing all day, every day to collect your points and use it to redeem amazing offers and discounted freebies right away. There's so much available for you. So dial *550# and get your reward today. Let's go everywhere you go.
Kweku, have you heard what they are doing on MTN?
Fun fact, did you know that most frogs can leap more than 20 times their body length? Yup, magical. Now just imagine your business with that kind of reach. Take that leap with Frog. Frog is a bulk SMS, voice messaging, and IVR from Wiggle. User-friendly, fast, and reliable. Get more features on one platform for all your bulk messaging needs. Whether you're a church, financial institution, school, corporate organization, or individual, if you need to reach people with your services, do it with Frog. Contact 0553 019 529 or 0552 809 558. Speak to us at www.wiggle.com.gh. Frog, a leap into greatness.
Wafa, send us money to take care of your nephews. Now they are back from school.
Last month, I sent you guys money. What happened to all that?
Wafa, the challenges with the free SHS has taken all the money. I send the boys money weekly to buy food to eat because of the feeding challenges confronting their school. Aside that, they are back in the house on vacation due to the double track traffic light system. And now I have to look for money to enroll them in private classes.
Baba, I understand your frustrations. Thankfully, the next NDC government under John Mahama will maintain and improve the free SHS program to make it work.
How will that be done?
The double track system will be abolished. A dedicated source of funding will be provided. Private SHS will be added.
Wow.
Food procurement will be decentralized and the quality of learning outcomes improved.
This will be a huge relief for us as parents and even for our wards in senior high school.
Exactly. That is why you must tell your friends to vote for the Mahama-led NDC come December 7th.
Wafa, no shaking cry. We have already advised ourselves. Who doesn't want quality?
Vote for change. Vote for John Mahama and the NDC.
Channel 1 TV is live.
on DSTV, GoTV, and HD+. On DSTV, find us on channel 363. On GoTV, we're on channel 117. And on HD+, get us on channel 108. On a digital TV, run a new search. But take note that without an antenna, you cannot access channel 1 TV. Channel 1 TV can be accessed on any free-to-air digital box, like the DSTV and HD+ boxes. Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Get the details. Every significant financial transaction, every market movement, and all the policies that affect your business. City Business News. Be informed.
Welcome to the Wednesday edition of the City Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Akosia Ochi. The details now. Inflation for the month of November 2024 edged up to 23.0% compared to 22.1% recorded in October 2024. This marks the third consecutive monthly rise following a 5-month decline. Food inflation rose from 22.8% to 25.9%, while non-food inflation dropped slightly from 21.5% to 20.7%. Here's the government statistician, Professor Samuel Kobina, giving a breakdown of the factors leading to the increase.
Consumer Price Index for the month of November 2024 stood at 243.9 relative to 198.2 that was recorded for this same time period in November 2023. Given these two indices, year-on-year rate of inflation for the month of November 2024 stood at 23.0%. This means that in the month of November 2024, the general price levels of goods and services went up by 23.0%, higher than November 2023. General price levels of goods and services went up by 23% relative to November 2023. This 23.0% that has been recorded for November 2024 signifies a 0.9 percentage point increase relative to the rate that was recorded for October 2024.
You heard that Professor Samuel Kobina Inim, the government statistician. Now, government has disclosed that the ongoing parliamentary impasse is impacting the progress of debt restructuring agreements with several independent power producers. On speaking at the Finance Ministry's monthly economic briefing, Sector Minister Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam revealed that while 3 IPPs have either finalized agreements or are close to doing so, negotiations with 2 others, Senpower and Amandi, have hit a roadblock.
Yes, we concluded negotiation with them, and some of them have signed off. For example, AXA has signed off, and we are implementing the restructured PPA. Assembly also is about to sign off. The Senate has signed off. What is outstanding is the one with Senpower and Amandi, because they are required to go to Parliament for parliamentary approval. And we all know the story about Parliament. And so until Parliament returns and approves those 2 PPAs, they will remain outstanding. Meanwhile, government has met our side of the obligation.
That was Finance Minister Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam speaking there. Now, First Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Maxwell Opoku-Afare, has called on policymakers to formulate regulations that ensure the ethical use of artificial intelligence. Dr. Maxwell Opoku-Afare was speaking at the 2nd Emerging Countries International Conference on Business, Finance and Economics.
We must prioritize investment in broadband connectivity and digital capabilities to create an environment conducive for AI innovation. The next one is enhancing human capital. Upscaling our workforce through education and training programs will be essential. We need to equip our young population with the skills necessary to thrive in an AI-driven economy. Then the third one is fostering local innovation. Encouraging homegrown tech startups will help build a resilient local ecosystem capable of developing solutions tailored to our unique challenges.
That was Dr. Maxwell Opokwafare, first Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana. Now, Ghana's leading ground handling service provider, Aviance Ghana, is gearing up for the much anticipated return of Virgin Atlantic to the country to boost economic growth. Yeah, the managing director for Aviance Ghana, Mark Kamis, has been speaking at the media launch of Aviance's 30th anniversary celebration.
So I think the ground handling business in Ghana actually is booming now after COVID, and you can see new airlines coming into Accra, and also other airlines trying to join. You see the likes of Virgin Atlantic entering the market next year. So for me and Aviance in particular, we're doing extremely well, and I can only see growth coming into Ghana. Yeah, so we've already in Kumasi today, and we're also in Tamale. So we have the license for every airport in Ghana, apart from Takoradi, because it's the military base. So we've already engaged some of the airlines, and you can see next week Ethiopian are flying Kumasi Gatwick.
That was voice of Mark Kamis, Managing Director for Aviance Ghana. And that's how we wrap up the Wednesday edition of the City Business News and Eyewitness News. I am Akosi Archie. Do stay with us. Up next is Point Blank.
Detailed news, unparalleled coverage. City News on 97.3 FM.
New Kivo Hot Pepper Powder. Local shoe. This advert is FDA approved.
I go Ghana for. Let us gather.
Number one,
Dr. Baumia, Ono Anayato Aba Eyino as President of the Republic of Ghana. Order number one.
Asroa. The only Asroa we are now the team NPP. Isa Allah. Buddha. Time we go to the one that case summer number one. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. She case summer number one. She's a Muzabi. Inshallah.
Number one.
For development, for progress, for the future, and for your kids. Vote number one for Dr. Mahama Baumia.
Sir, you are protected free SHS there. Hey, Dr. Mahama Baumia.
Baumia. What the number one touch. I don't know one, you know. So number one.
Free SHS in T. So number one.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Ah, go me. At what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Selorm Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Selorm, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open it.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, they make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why you hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the gobe too small.
Go.
Selorm is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Selorm. Choose Selorm, choose quality.
Ago Omambapa, the time to exercise your civic duty is here again. This year, we the good people of Ghana have another opportunity to elect our leaders on December 7th. This is a very important national exercise, and you have the civic duty to make that decision for Ghana. Don't be indifferent because your vote counts. Vote on issues. Don't sell your vote. Reject violent candidates and expose acts that undermine the integrity of the elections. Don't attempt to snatch a ballot box or deface political party posters, the law will deal with you. December 7, 2024 is election day. Pick up your voter's ID card. Get to your polling station. Follow the voting process. Make that bold decision for Ghana. Vote peacefully. Ghana must win. Vote on December 7. It's your civic duty.
Civic duty required of you as a Ghanaian. So get involved and vote.
A message from the National Commission for Civic Education, NCCE.
Channel 1 TV is live on DSTV, GoTV, and HD+. On DSTV, find us on Channel 363. On GoTV, we're on Channel 117. And on HD+, get us on Channel 108. On a digital TV, run a new search. But take note that without an antenna, you cannot access Channel 1 TV. Channel 1 TV can be accessed on any free-to-air digital box, like the DSTV and HD+ boxes. Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
Hey, so as for you, every day you are just pressing your phone. Why? Are they paying you?
They are, Oma.
Eh?
The more I use my MTN, the more points I get. And I can use those points to get airtime, data, and even discounts at shops and restaurants.
Hey, so that is why all of you are always pressing your phones. And you won't tell us, so that we can enjoy some.
Oh, ma.
There's always more to enjoy with MTN Rewards. Just keep talking, testing, and browsing all day, every day to collect your points and use it to redeem amazing offers and discounted freebies right away. There's so much available for you. So dial *550# and get your reward today. Let's go everywhere you go.
Kweku, have you heard what they are doing on MTN?
Eyewitness News. Be there.
Welcome back to Point Blank on Eyewitness News. Tonight on Point Blank, we have a guest we've known quite prominently since 2016, or even before that time, where he led demonstrations and protests in a quest to have a clean voters register and to make people's votes count. After that, the MPP won the election. It was moved to the Ghana Publishing Company Limited as its chief executive. And he's had quite a good story there. In fact, many have used him as an example of how people can transform public institutions. They wanted to go to Parliament. That didn't quite work out well. And today they did something at the Ghana Publishing Company. Launched what we call the e-Gazette. We'll talk about all of that today, including his views on the elections that will come upon us in 2 days' time. Here's David Asante. David, good evening. Welcome to Point Blank. It's a pleasure to have you.
Good evening, Selorm. Good evening. It's a Pleasure, great pleasure to be here.
Yeah. I mean, we've been at this for quite some time, trying to arrange this, but it's one thing after the other. But that's fine. I mean, the season explains it. But I mean, of course, a lot of people knew you from your days at Let My Vote Count, etc. Convener of that group, advocating certain causes in respect of the electoral process, etc. Now, I mean, so you won the election 2016, you were moved to Ghana Publishing, etc., etc. But people think that we still are not there yet in terms of the electoral reforms we need. I mean, how we can make votes count. When you look at all that you've done at Let My Vote Count and the issues that others are raising about the electoral process today, how does that make you feel?
Selorm, good evening to our listeners and good evening to those watching us live. I'm grateful for the opportunity, having been here in a long while, and I'm glad where you have taken us from. That is Let My Vote Count Alliance, where we have actually fought and worked hard from. Selorm, the values we did preach 8 years ago, 9 years ago, I'm sure we have not departed from them. I still hold firmly the views I advocated together with my colleagues a few years ago. Elections must be credible. And at the heart of the credible election lies the base document, the disposition of the arbiter or the Electoral Commission, and of course the attitude of the parties to the election. So, the referee, standing in the middle of the game, must demonstrate ample neutrality to win the confidence of the players. I am happy from where I sit as a political party person. I am happy with the position of the current electoral commissioner and of course the commission. They may not have gotten it 100% right, but so far I think it's been good. From the previous experiences of the two major political parties falling out of the elections we both have lost. The NPP lost 2012 election. We took the matter to court. The Supreme Court, after sitting for well over 48 times, spanning through a period of 9 months, finally the verdict came out. The lessons we learned was that, or the lessons were that, do the best you can to win the elections at the polling station and protect the integrity and the sanctity of the process at the base of the election. I remember Mr. Nyametiasi Eshen, Director of Research in Parliament, in 2016 October, a case was ruled in his favor. The case was that the Electoral Commission was expected to display the result of every polling station on the wall at the polling center. So, in Nkoko, I vote in a polling station called Education Center in a town called Ataniata. The Electoral Commission was instructed by the Supreme Court through the relief sought by Mr. Ishen Nyametiasi, a Director of Research in Parliament. The court instructed that after close of polls at 5 p.m., display the results on the wall at the polling station. That was the basis upon which, after a few hours after 5 o'clock, the Electoral Commission closed the polls on December 2016. My party, NPP, was able to, in a few hours, technically and diligently,
put all of
the figures together. We went into election 2016 with about 26,008 polling stations. In about 4 hours or 3 hours thereabouts after close of poll, we had gathered and collated the result from over 16,000 polling stations, more than half. So we could confidently say we had won the election. So the lessons I'm sure the NDC must have also learned from their 2020 presidential election petition was that campaign well, sell your message, get the polling station activated through your polling agents. Because at the end of the day, the Supreme Court exposed a certain degree of anomalies from the persons manning the polling station for the political parties, where people could not write the figures properly. So, elections are won at the polling station. All the vigorous campaigns the two leading candidates have waged over the last few years
comes down to the police.
Absolutely.
So what then is the role of the referee, the EC? Many times we go after the EC. The EC has said that they cannot rig elections and that parties must just be vigilant, etc. You buy into that EC cannot rig an election, not even the process.
I have had the opportunity to discuss the conduct of electoral commissioners and commissioner and their role in elections. The electoral commission and commissioner cannot rig the election, but the conduct of the commissioners must instill confidence and hope in the players. If you give me enough confidence that what I get at the polling station is what you transmit, I cannot have the confidence to call the electoral commission as a party to a potential rigging of the election. But if indeed the electoral commission and commissioner, if they are compromised, then of course there will be the potential for the actors to say the commission is preparing to rig the election. We have had instances in 2016 election where the Supreme Court of the land ruled in the case of Abu Ramadan and Evans Nemakon versus the Electoral Commission that over 500,000 names needed to be deleted from the voters register. The EC says, I won't do it. I do not think these statements had to sit well with the parties to such a sensitive election like the 2016. Then we fought it. If Jane Mensah, the current electoral commissioner, has a Supreme Court verdict that says delete some names from the voters register, and Madam Jane Mensah says I won't do it, of course the NDC and all the other political parties will reserve the moral right to have questions about the integrity of the commissioner, who is expected to be an independent arbiter in the process. It will be problematic. So for me, the conduct of the commissioners has a major role to play as far as the integrity of the process is concerned. Let the commissioner and the commissioners properly dispose themselves in a manner that would make the parties have confidence in their neutrality.
That's great. That's a great point. But how about if people also feel that the EC, for example, is being packed by persons whose political affiliations are known, and those persons have been put there, for whatever reason, but they are related to the governing party? Would that also work to affect the confidence of the public in the EC?
If you pick a David Asante, a card-bearing member, to make him the commissioner of Electoral Commission of Ghana, a card-bearing member, I'm sure, obviously, there will be challenges.
He may not be a card-bearing member, but somebody who overtly is demonstrated his allegiance or sympathies towards a certain political party.
It is difficult to establish biases. Some could be perceptual, some could be real. So, the burden to establish the perceptual bias lies on whoever is alleging.
Even when those persons allegedly were patrons of TESCON or the University Tertiary Education arm of the ruling party.
I have had cause to worry about the disposition of the former electoral commissioner. The few times we had to question the process and we had to question the personality, we didn't talk about allegiances and loyalties. We talked about professional competence and disposition. I'm thinking these are the issues we should talk about.
Yeah, but perceptions are important, right? So if
I agree.
So if the persons are known to be affiliated in a certain way, I'm not sure about card-bearing members because I don't have that evidence. The persons are known to openly associate with a certain political leaning, and you go put those persons on the EC. That is cause for worry, and people will be justified in raising issues. That's perception.
I do not know the exact point you seek to establish, but maybe it will be clearer if I am told the electoral commissioner, Madam Jane Mensah, is a card-bearing member of a political party A or B. Then probably we may call for whoever alleged to have come out to prove that I have seen this woman as a card-bearing member of a political party A, B, or C. So we have issues with her neutrality and the ability of the person in question to dispense her duty independently.
So for example, a couple of years ago, the president appointed one Dr. Peter Piahini and Hajia Salim Ahmed Tijani to occupy various positions at the EC. The NDC obviously raised issues with it because they said these were known party members of the MPP and that it did not augur well for the confidence of the EC to have these party people there. I mean, in fact, the Coalition for Domestic Election Observers admonished the two to resign, but nothing has happened. So, whilst we are talking about the conduct and confidence and trust, etc., indeed, Afrobarometer says that the confidence or trust levels of Ghanaians in the EC is dropped to an all-time low of 28%. You know, and we're getting into an election. These are issues that we think, or that I think, may have contributed to this low trust levels, unless of course you disagree.
Selorm, I have a lot of reasons to disagree with Afrobarometer's findings as far as this particular matter is concerned. Maybe you may have to give me further and better particulars for me to appreciate the sample size with which they conducted such research. How many people did they interview before arriving at such a hypothetical analysis to give me such conclusion for me to have confidence in it? Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, but Ghana has registered over 15 million or so voters to go to the ballot to cast our polls. Then at the end of the day, I am told that this electoral commission, who has deepened the inter-party advisory platform and its participation of political parties, IPAC is a creation of the EC itself from time immemorial, from 1992, 94, 96. The political parties themselves, through the call by the electoral commission, say, let's have an inter-party advisory platform where we can have discussions. We had cause to challenge positions of the electoral commission on the street. Not once, not twice, not on 3 occasions. Countless number of occasions have we, as political party actors, challenged the disposition of the electoral commission. Even then, we didn't hear the confidence in the electoral commissioner as an independent arbiter whittling down. Today, how many people have openly, through the court, challenged the professional disposition of the electoral commission?
So because the courts have not pronounced, you doubt the Afrobarometer's verdict?
Yeah, but of course, I have every right as a student of politics and somebody who has followed politics for close to 3 decades.
That's but only to point out that the Afrobarometer has been one of the most credible.
Perfect. I have no business and doubting their integrity.
Some food for thought.
Perfect. Selorm, I have absolutely no right to doubt their integrity or professionalism. However, the particular
I
case you are raising
to be right comments, but I mean, so let's get to it. I mean, you've been at the Ghana Publishing Company. I mean, those of us who come there quite often have seen transformation, and kudos to you on the great job you've done. Now you're doing something big. I mean, today you launched the e-Gazette. What really is the e-Gazette? What is it supposed to do?
Thank you very much, Selorm. This is an interesting thing. You know, Dr. Bawumia, the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, is leading a great charge in our transformational agenda over the last few years. Selorm, life gets better when leaders reason very well. I have had the occasion to witness being in a hospital where drones flew packs of blood to save lives. I'm talking about what I witnessed in Nkoko Holy Family Hospital. I saw a zipline drone that delivered pack of blood to save life. People in government are reasoning well. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's digitization drive is what we in Ghana Publishing at the management and board level have taken inspiration from. When we assumed office, everything was manual. So we decided to gradually gravitate the company onto the digitalization platform that Dr. Bawumia is leading us to arrive at. So we started what we call paperless gazette. Because initially you go to Ghana Publishing and we do business like you pay and we give you receipts, we write receipts for you. When we piloted the paperless gazette and it worked, we quickly put ourselves together. Don't forget, Ghana Publishing is a company strictly on IGF. If you have a wage bill of close to 1.5 million Ghana cedis, the managing director and his management and board must find
money to pay.
Ingenious ways to raise revenue internally. So we did a trend analysis of our financial and revenue streams, and we realized that the gazette is a mainstay. Our biggest source of revenue. People coming to change their names from Miss to Mrs., people changing their date of birth, and then document from the presidency, from embassies and all that. So Why don't we put all these services on a platform where people can conveniently access them? Then people will even increase the quantum of times they come to change their names and render that service in particular. So we launched our branch in Kumasi. Don't forget, close to 60 years of the existence of Ghana Publishing.
There was no
this
branch
is
in
the
Kumasi.
first time a management has expanded to launch a new branch. The company is now profitable. The company is now doing well. New machines and equipment established. So when we started the paperless gazette and we piloted it and it was successful, then we decided the platform upon which we apply for gazette and we electronically process it, why don't we develop a software and a platform where you can apply for the gazette electronically, it will be processed electronically, and it will be delivered to you electronically. So we have gravitated from the manual gazette and got to paperless gazette, went to Kumasi so that we do a remote gazette application and processing. And after about 6 months of piloting and running it successfully, we decided to go full throttle by inaugurating what we call the e-gazette. That is what we did this afternoon. And I'm happy to announce the man, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party. I'm happy the inspiration we managers of state institutions take from him. He says to lead is to solve. He says it is possible. At Ghana Publishing, over the last decades, revenues were leaking. People were doing fake gazettes. The company was running at loss. Perpetually, losses were being recorded. As we speak now, 2023 last year, the company made profit. 2022, the company made profit. So, when you streamline the resources of the company and put everything on a digital platform, the resources will be well catered for and well managed. As it stands now, I am happy to announce we are making profit before the year comes to an end, because our last quarter financial report is ready. So we can confidently say 3 years successively in a row, the company that was struggling to pay salary of its staff, we printed 3 regions, ballot papers. The Electoral Commission gave us the contract because we have enhanced our technical disposition. We've acquired new machines. We printed 3 regions. Previously, 1 region was given to Ghana Publishing. They couldn't execute it. The EC took the contract and distributed it to other private companies engaged in the printing. The company we inherited 2017, we have performed better. And I am happy as a member of the New Patriotic Party and as an advocate and a campaign lead for His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. I am happy. The few times I get the opportunity to speak, what I say to people is, we of the MPP have a brilliant tradition and a record to protect. The election of 2024 will be hinged on 3 things. The record of the political parties. NDC will speak about their record. MPP will speak about their record. We talk about the policies the political parties are espousing to the people of Ghana. What are the policies NDC is talking about? What are the policies Dr. Bawumia and the MPP are talking about? And finally, one most important thing, and the third point I have to raise, is the integrity of the individual flag bearers. The integrity, the personal and character disposition of the man seeking to be president of this country.
So when it comes to personal integrity and character, you think Bawumia will do better? Because people think that he's made promises. He said things in the past that he's not been able to achieve. And he's run away from those and saying other things today.
Selorm, if a government set out to build 111 hospitals, and today, as we speak, we have commissioned over 67 hospitals.
Over 67 of the Agenda 111 hospitals?
I'm talking to you about a government that has established hospitals
which are not part of the Agenda 111.
Beyond Agenda 111, this government has a tall list of health facilities we have established.
Yes, so that would be good. But the economy appears to be the driving force of it.
I'm making a point. I'm making a point. Listen, if you talk about road infrastructure, this is a big platform. If you give me the opportunity to mention roads, I can say it on authority and in confidence. No government in the history of this country has constructed more roads than this MPP government Dr. Bawumia is leading. Let's talk about sports infrastructure. Selorm, we have a lot to talk about.
Sports infrastructure. How about the sports?
We inherited about 3 AstroTurf across the country and around the country. Today, we have over 153 of them. Selorm, are you aware the success story I'm sharing with you as the managing director of a state institution? I am not alone. When you go to state housing, they inherited 3 buildings. When you go to a place like Ghana Library Authority, they had 67 libraries. As we speak now, we have close to 100 libraries. So cumulatively, when the state agencies are performing well, cumulatively, then you can say the government is doing well. Hospitals, we have delivered better in terms of health. And as for education, Selorm.
Free SHS.
Selorm, I said it on a platform yesterday that I attended Ghana National College about 27 years ago, and I had classmates who dropped out of secondary school because their parents couldn't pay. You are seated behind this beautiful platform and the whole world is listening to you because of quality education. If a man is interested in investing in your education, you think such a political party we should vote against it?
I think there's no debate about quality education. The
Absolutely,
debate is
my
about
point.
how it's been implemented.
You're talking about implementation, but I want to bring to your attention the point that this election, Ghanaians will go to the polls and vote to protect the gains the MPP has delivered. On that note, I think Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia stands tall in terms of integrity of the personality, Dr. Bawumia, in terms of quality of the message and the campaign policy we are advocating. And as for record, I do not think any political party comes anywhere near the MPP.
Very well. That's David Asante. Yes, Chief Executive of the Ghana Publishing Company. But his last comments were very political. He's been my guest on Point Blank tonight. They launched an e-gazette today. If you want to look it up, go to www.ghanapublishingcompany.com. This is how we conclude today's edition of the program. Show produced by Nana Kobna Wilson, Beverly London, and Sami Wiafi. Ella Head Akosi Ochri. Technical assistance given by Desmond Nyako. Of course, Manuel Yama also provided some assistance. My name is Selorm Adonoo. Have a good evening.